Hola, 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 hola. I hope that we are all here together. Might not. Oh, hi, might not. Get that time. Hi, Rhonda. How you doing? Thank you too for coming. I appreciate it. Lizzie not even here, but she's messaging me on Messenger. Ain't that something? Okay. And I just sent her a message. It was like 3 minutes before. My internet was slow, real slow. And I was trying to get stuff set up. So we're gonna let a couple more people slide on in. Oh, Lizzie is here. She got to talk mess about her to get her show up. Billy, how you doing this evening? How is everyone? I know I've been off. I have been going through it. But what brings me out of it is, loving friends. And then on top of that, just trying to find time to craft and get my mind off of things. So, um, I don't know. Mentally, I think I just have too much really going on. I'm not able to go live as much as I would like to during the week. And during the week is really convenient. Although I do appreciate Lizzie for giving me a Saturday morning forum. And although it was hell at first, it was bad. Like trying to get me up. Whew, I'll never forget them days. But I have become accustomed to our Saturday morning shows. Now, Lizzie had a fit last week. Y'all may not have recognized her, but that is the Lizzie I know. So she cut up like that all the time. She was on 7. She can go to 12, just so y'all are aware. But we had a really good time last Saturday, and that really helps when I do have a moment or two, 2 hours, to kind of get my mind off of crazy stuff that's going on. Muttnut says, I am good, just a little tired. So I'm taking tomorrow off from my live to rest up for next week's live. Just need a mental health. That's what I've needed, a mental health month. Um, my boss feels like I don't take enough time, and that's probably true. But I don't have a lot of choice coming up because they are limiting how much PTO we can now carry into 2025. They never limited that before. So I do have a lot of time, even though I've taken a lot of time. I took off like 2 weeks for my eyes. I couldn't do screens and things like that. Um, so I've taken off a lot of time, but I do have November and December. I have quite a few days sporadically spread out to take off, and the whole week of Christmas as well. So they're trying to get me down. I think I can only take 2 or 3 weeks into the next month, year. That pretty much sucks. And I wouldn't be opposed to them just paying it out, but that's what they're saying. They're not. They're saying that's not an option, and I never heard that you could do that. So we'll be checking into that. Let's see. One more person has come in. Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you have read the caption, you know that I am going to do my Halloween makeup right here on the live. Now, I want you guys to be kind because what I'm doing different this time is I'm not using that waxy, thick makeup that you buy, from Halloween spirits and things. This right here is going to be um my rendition, but I'm going to use regular makeup to see, if I can recreate. So what I'm going to do, all right, well, I was going to bring in, what I'm going to real quickly do is my screens are freezing and moving slow again. I am going to show you guys a couple of, I usually do the same look, just so you're aware. I do the same look. It come out different almost every year, but it's the same look. And so I'm gonna try and recreate one of these. Um, I apologize if y'all are getting some freezing. Um, I am trying to get into my Facebook account. I sent the pictures over to Lizzie so that Lizzie could help decide which one she liked the best. And I'm just waiting. Okay. While we're doing that, maybe I'll just pull out the old way that we used to do things because my system is still acting up. So we're going to start with the first look. This look right here, and I'm changing a little bit of the order up because I don't want Lizzie to spoil it. I'm sorry if I seem froze. I hope y'all can still hear me because the only thing that's froze is this. You hear that? Some freezing. Oh, Lord. If you can still hear me, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to push past this. Okay, I'm making sure that my internet is still working. It's just very slow. They are in the process of switching us right now over some new, I don't know, something new though that they did tell us about. While my camera's still going, I'm going to see. First picture. Oh, this. Oh, Lizzie. Et tu, Lizzie? Et tu? Can you guys hear me? Can you? Anybody? Anybody? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. We lost somebody. All right. Well, I'm going to keep going. First picture. You guys can see it. Maybe that's a better picture. Okay, Lizzie says, yes, we can hear you. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. Don't hang up unless it hangs you up. The only thing I was trying to do was to pull up a browser so that I could share these pictures with you. All right, the browser is up. And let's see if we can get it to do what it do. Couple seconds, it's processing. I don't want to kill it and overload it. All right. So now I'm going to share. Good evening, Cynthia. How are you? Hey, sweets. So in case you guys missed it, I am going to attempt to do my Halloween makeup for all of your viewing pleasure. And this year, I'm doing something just a little bit different. So I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show you what I'm working with. All righty. Hopefully you guys can see. We're going to start off with, let's see if it make it bigger. Hopefully it do, but here we go. So I believe this is, well, there you go. It's 2021. Okay. Woo-hoo. Let's see if the next one come up. No, the next one didn't come up. I got to manually close these and then reopen. My apologies. All right. So we go on to this one next. 2. Yep, that's me. This says 2017. All right. Now we're going back and we're going to go to the last one. What I'm hoping to do. What I'm hoping to do, so you guys are aware, is pick one of these and try and recreate it. But the catch is going to be that it's going to be with regular makeup. And the next one, the last one, here we go. 2019. So 1, 2, 3. This is 3. All right. Now, for you guys, which look did you like the most? So we had, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try to go back. And I'm going to show them through this way because I don't want to freeze out. Okay. That's me. Me. Okay. Now we're going on to the next one. Also me. I don't know if you guys can see the whiskers and things. It doesn't look like it when I look at it, but I'm making sure to point out that there are whiskers. And then 3. Also me. So you guys pop in what you guys think the look would, be. And what I'm going to do is get started. So I'm going to do a quick, rendition of it, obviously. And it's probably quick for me because I do the same thing every year, really, regardless of what what it looked like the year before. So what I usually do, I usually start off with, obviously, that is a cat/lion. So when my hair used to be really long, I would let it, you know how Lizzie's always teasing and asking questions like, are you putting your extensions in? How come your hair goes from down here to up here? So it has to do with, not only porosity, but health of your hair. And so the more healthy my hair is, when it dries, it shrinks. When it's not healthy, I have heat damage or something like that, then, I have straight parts and things like that. And then I do, hi, Phyllis. I do have the ability to blow it, style it, and then, you can flat iron it and things like that while it's blow dried straight. So that's when you see like the long looks and things. But the curls help when it comes to creating a built-in mane. So I went with the lion long time ago. I had a mane out to here. I'm not able to do the fro that much anymore. I'm not sure why. I don't know what I was doing different, but I used to could like get it to really mane out. So I don't have that ability. Anyway, what I'm gonna start with is I do like guidelines. So this area right here is always going to be lighter. You can use, I use usually when I'm using the Halloween makeup, I use that white base makeup right here. But I noticed that when it's on my face, soon as every pore is covered, my face can't breathe and it starts to like sweat and then it absorbs. It sweats, then absorbs, sweats, then absorbs. So I figured, let me try regular makeup and see how well I can do. So again, please, no judgment. I am, let me get my mirror. I am, giving this a try so that your errors and things, they can be received or perceived by me alone. Okay. So what I'm doing right here, I am just creating just a guideline for where, my little center line is going to be. I usually use a brown or a dark. This is actually navy blue. So it's not coming across navy. So that's good. Then I do a line right here to formulate the nose. The nose in and of itself, oh, this is coming out nice. I should have been done this. It's easier to use than that charcoal stick. So again, the nose kind of helps, formulate that you're going to be a cat. Definitely helps form that. So what I'm doing right here, this is the part that really kind of gets covered in, so it's going to create that cat look. I don't know where my cat in the hat, but I think last year I did like cat in the hat type. We'll see. We'll see. What do you guys think? Can you see it? Can you see it coming through? Okay. Well, hopefully, so I'm forming, like I said, just forming. And the best way to do this is to create a subtle outline. So it's supposed to be subtle. And the reason is because I want to be able to define like where my nose and stuff's supposed to be. So don't worry. I'm using regular makeup. I'm not using that Halloween makeup. It took forever to get that off last year. Forever. I mean, every year, but depending on how thick I lay it on and where I'm going, I usually go back to my old neighborhood and they give you beer. So we love beer and we go back there. So again, these are just guidelines so that I know where to include, hey, I'm going to make it go out. I only had one vote. Thank you for participating. I think that's Lizzie. She's not feeling well, so she has a sty in her eye. Those are not comfortable at all to have. So if you guys can see my face, I put a guideline coming here. I put a guideline coming here. I've darkened my nose. And then I put guidelines here. What I do with those is I give myself areas because I'm going to lighten this up. Okay, so we're going to lighten it up. The other thing, we're going to form this lip now. We're going to form the lip right now. And I do this different every year also, but this one particular year, I did it like this and I really liked it. I'm just going to formulate the top. Can you see that? Can you see that? If you're new in, hey, Shawana, I am doing my Halloween makeup for tomorrow. I'm just doing a little tutorial to show you because I do pretty much the same thing every year. So I started off with my guidelines. I'm going to come down here. Then I'm going to, create my lion mane. or my face. I'm going to be a lion in case you're wondering. She's lying. I couldn't wait to say that. So, so. Let me show you guys something. Again, I am using, y'all see my little Barbie case? Yep. I mean, not Barbie, Disney. Oops, don't get mad with me. Don't get mad with me. This is a princess case. I said the wrong thing 3 times. So what I'm going to do, I'm going through, oh my, I got way more makeup in here than I need. I don't use hardly none of this at all. I have a ton of brushes and stuff, and so that's what I'm needing it for. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to put the highlight in. So if you guys saw the pictures and you came in, or if you missed it, I'm putting this highlight in right here. Oh, wow. I never would have guessed. If you guys can see, I never would have guessed that regular makeup out like this. Let's try a smaller brush. This will probably be, yeah, stiffer. I never would have guessed that I could have used regular makeup. I've been killing my skin for years. You ought to see me the next 2 or 3 days after I take my kids out. Even though my daughter is an adult and has been for 6 years. She's been an adult for a few years. Halloween is still her favorite holiday. And yes, we still go trick-or-treating. We go back to our old neighborhood. And the reason is because it's about 9 streets. And every 2 to 3 streets, no lie, every 2 to 3 streets, there's 2 houses, 1 up each side, where they focus on the adults that are out on Hallows Eve, on Halloween, because All Hallows Eve is really tonight. I'm not sure how that calculation works. If you know, can you please drop it down in the box and let us share? So as you can see, my highlight is starting to come in. And this is really like the basis for everything that you do, everything to show up. Your whiskers, if you're going to put frown marks in, you're going to do some extravagant stuff with the, this is where it's at. So where did the idea come from? It's been a long time. I grew up in Mystic, Connecticut. And when I lived in Connecticut, where we lived at was only 2 hours from New York City. So if you were anyone interested in the arts, singing, music, dancing, you guys know, I tried to dip into being a stand-up comic. That's how I ended up in Vegas. So obviously drama was big for me, comedic drama, I didn't want to die on stage or nothing like that. So it was more slapstick. In any event, if you did an art class or anything like that, you definitely ended up going to New York for any type of show and things that were coming up, any type of show. So we had tickets one year to see Cats. And it was the whole entire, like our whole art class, we got to go. So it was nice. It was fun. It was beautiful way to, to get us involved in the, and when we got there early enough in the day because they'll do like a matinee and then they'll do an evening performance. Matinees are cheaper. So a lot of people prefer to get that matinee and get it out the way. You guys see my highlight coming in? Let me know if you can see it, but I am pretty proud of what's coming in. Pretty proud. So what I'm doing, again, I'm just filling in the highlight around these guidelines. Filling it in. It's going along a lot faster also. This is my first time doing it with regular makeup, so I'm going to ask for some grace. Don't be like, oh, what she thinks she doing? Tia, you got some work to do. You should have did it like this, and you should have did it like that. I want my face to breathe, and I don't want it to break out and take 8 days to get everything out of these pores. So I'm just using regular makeup. This makeup that I probably don't use that much. Well, it's got to be because, this one is almost all gone. This one right here. It's almost all gone, so I must use it. I used to like put it up under my eyebrow so I could look like this. Hi, hi, how are you? That's what I used to use it for and things like that. Anyway, we go on this trip. It's the whole drama club. We go on the trip to New York City. We are going to be there for the matinee showing of Cats, and um, they are letting us come backstage. So we're going to be there early. We get there probably about 2 hours early. Obviously, we were supposed to get like tours and things like that. I'm not sure. I don't remember because it was like close to 40 years ago. So I don't really remember what occurred, what happened. But what I do know is we were there so early. They were putting on makeup and getting their makeup going. And what they did was allow us to go through their cat's makeup tutorial. So as they're putting it on and they're getting ready, we're able to sit at a table in the dressing room and we're able to kind of go along with them. Yes, we idiots did sit in our seats. We sat in our seats with the cat makeup on. I mean, we were, in awe and things like that. And it was fun. We scared a lot of people because, this is a play where people get dressed up. It's almost like an opera and things when you go in Broadway. This was on Broadway at that point. It wasn't even off Broadway. So, what do you guys think? How do you like the highlight? Huh? All right. So, real quick, while I have that, I'm gonna go back over and I'm gonna show these pictures one more again, so that you guys can get an idea of what it is that I'm trying to do. Hopefully, 40 years ago, so you're 55 or 56. I'm 29. I need you to get your math on my page. Get right. You see how Lizzie is? All right. Up first. Oh, you can see real good here. On the left, that's look number 3. On the right, if you can see it, that's look number 2. And then I think this was look number 1. Clearly, we're not doing look number 1. This is after I come home. Look how the sweat did. The sweat has started to fuse everything all together. So that was a difficult year. But it is what it is. So 1, 2, or this is, technically this was 1. The 2 that were side by side, yes, where it's at. That's where we want to be. All right. So looking very meowish. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. So with that said, I have definitely put, I've done a good job also of putting on my shadow, my little face as to where everything is going to come from. Now, hopefully you'll be able to see this. So if you see some freaky colors, I'm really just trying to make it so that you guys can see. So the next thing that we do is we're going to put in these dots because these is like hair follicles and stuff. And you can really see them on some cats. Maybe not all. Oh, okay. My phone got to update a little bit better. So I'm going to do just a little dot here, a little dot here, and a little dot here. I don't know if you can see the dots. You can't. And don't worry, I'm going to fill them in. Another dot here, another dot here, and another dot. All right. Wink, 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 wink. So then, and this is key, what you want to do is give yourself whiskers coming from the dots. And you see? Probably not. Don't worry. I'm going to take a picture. But there's whiskers coming from the dots. Okay? Now, it is always a good idea to try to be asymmetrical. It's not always probable. We're going to try this, though. I look like an old cat. Like the whiskers look broken. um, so Lizzie likes the red lips. Um, I've already moved on from that, so it doesn't look like that one is happening. So continuing on from there, what I'm doing is filling in the top lip so that my bottom lip still looks a little red and pinkish, and it almost kind of looks like the cat's tongue. Yes, 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 yes. So here we go. Having more fun, filling it in. Filling it in. I'm going to do this line a little bit more. And keep in mind, as I said before, I wish I knew how to zoom on this because I don't. Nope. I thought it was going to say if I click something, it was going to say zoom. Yeah, no, it doesn't say zoom, so I don't zoom. But here we go. Okay. Still filling in, still filling in. Now, I always give just a little bit because I like to blend and have something to blend so that this blends into the colors that are going into the forehead. I just kind of just give it some shading. And once you put color there, it looks like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's just a marble effect into the cat fur. That's why I do it. Okay, just a quick marble effect. All right. Well, what are we thinking? Clearly, I got the nose. And I have the mouth. Almost done. Now, I won't go as far this time around to do anything too, I don't like to do anything too extravagant and things. I want to be mindful, especially if you try and do this to scare your neighbor or something. All right. And there we go. Now, obviously I use guidelines. I have my mouth filled in the center. Now what I want to do, what do you want to do? I want to start to add just the coloring that I'm going to have in my fur, So hopefully you guys will be able to see this, but I'm going to start off. I'm going to give myself a little bit of brown. Yep, a little bit of brown. And just going to take that right here on the outside. And you probably can't see it too much because the goal is to have it kind of just blend into my skin. And I want to. So I see it blending. How are you feeling? I'm pretty good. I'm good. How are you? So, boy, it works a lot. I really like it a lot better with this regular makeup. Y'all are wondering where I'm getting these skin palettes from. This right here is, what is this? It's peanut butter and jelly, Too Faced. This is a palette. Got that from Tmall. I have a second Too Faced palette. I got this from, I can't remember. Somebody got it for me because I did a makeup tutorial and I was trying to learn how to do makeup. So everyone was helping me out. And then this one right here, I'm going to use that. This is my Eternals palette. My little sister, she lives in Ohio. She got that for me. So she tried to get me the Little Mermaid one also. I wanted that. I wanted the Little Mermaid palette. And I also wanted the Princess Tiana palette because that one had a lot of greens. The Little Mermaid had more ethereal. But in the end, unfortunately, alrighty, so we're giving myself a stripe. If you can see the blending, then we're going to pull in another color. This is going to be a little bit of gold because for me, I feel like if I were really a cat, I would have like brownish gold flecks in my fur. What do you think? So here we go with the next layer. This is Rich and Creamy. That's going to be my color palette. Rich and Creamy. here we go. And I'm just going to continue down, making my own personal coat. And giving you guys some ooh moments. Okay. So coming in from here, again, my face is going to be a little bit lighter, you know. And the reason is because I want you guys to be able to observe my whiskers. I'm going to want you to observe my whiskers. Don't worry, I'm going to take a picture and post this. You'll be able to see this in Lizzie's group as well as in Pom Pow Pens and Friends. You'll see me posting in a couple places and things like that. Okay, so just wanting you guys to see how much fun I can have. And again, this year I didn't buy the Halloween makeup. This is my own makeup that I'm using. And again, just wanting you to see how I create my fur. Hopefully it's coming out on the screen because I'm looking crazy over here. I'm looking crazy for your pleasure. Alrighty, the red lips. I don't know if I have any tint because I didn't plan on using any lip tint. I don't have any tint. I have eyelashes and things like that. I have a ton of makeup. And that's okay. I appreciate that everybody was having fun with me. So, now I'm going to put in, I want to cover up this blue because when I take my picture, I don't want you guys to be like, why is her nose blue? So I'm going to pull out this palette. This palette right here is, I don't know if you guys know what a smoky eye is. I've heard of it, but I don't really understand it. And I definitely don't know how to create one. So what I've been doing is just having fun with colors. That's literally what I call it. I'm going to have a little fun with some color tonight. So what I'm doing right now, as you can see, the nose has become more defined. I'm simply adding, this is in the shadows. And it is, basically a sparkly black. All of my colors have sparkles and glitter in it. And I'm just going over these guidelines that were created with the pencils, but actual mascara. Eyeshadow. I never would have guessed. I never would have guessed that this would have been a great idea. What do you think? What do you think? All right. I wish you guys could see a little bit more. We're not there yet. So anybody got grandkids coming over that they're going to take trick-or-treating tomorrow? Are you giving out candy? Do you dress up when you give out candy? Do you give candy to just anybody who comes to the door? Or do you have your own personal set of requirements? I know in the neighborhood that we moved out of, anybody can get candy as long as they have on a costume. I think that's an excellent rule, especially because, my kid's father, he's 6'5". My daughter at 10, she could have been a teenager in junior high going into high school, and she would carry a doll. And what would happen is people would look at her and make comments, you're too big for that doll. At 9, you're too big for a doll at 9. When should she, So, and it would hurt her feelings and she would cry. And I would feel bad for her because she is tall for her age because of her father. I'm not extremely short, but I blamed him. What do we think? Starting to come together. Don't you like it when a plan starts to come together? So these are really thick. I'm going to move over to a thinner brush. And I'm going to try and add better whiskers. Yeah, better whiskers. Make them better. Define them. Define them. Define your whiskers. Alrighty. This is hopefully defining the whiskers. Can you see a whisker? Alrighty. And now we're going to do the same. Right over her. Look at that. This is regular eyeshadow. Well, it's not regular. Obviously, these are expensive. Too Faced, Urban Decay. These aren't cheap palettes. Did not get these at the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is where it's at, especially if you want a skin condition. So, sorry, Dollar Tree. That might not have been nice. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. How are we today? All right. I'm gonna try. I don't wear a lot of lipstick. I'm looking to see if I have any type of, I don't have any type of red, do I? No red. Look at all this makeup. No red. I'm sorry, guys. I was going to give red lips like Lizzie was asking, but I may not be able to help you out. All right, so back to creating a better coat. This is pretty much all that I do, but where's my other pencil? Then you have to, what do you have to do? You have to define your eyes. Defining my eyes. So I like a little line that comes off because I'm going to, what I call extend. I'm extending my little brow, my little eye. Hopefully this shows up. What do you say now? What do you say now? Do you say it? Hopefully. Well. What do you think? Wow. All righty. So that pretty much is where I usually, finish off because I don't usually like put eyeshadow and stuff like that. But I do try and make the eyelashes pop just right here on the corner. Just on the corner. Nobody likes to wear clunky mascara, but guess what? This is the perfect time to wear clunky mascara. You want your eyelashes. You don't want to look all pristine if you're trying to go as a lion or a cat. Who out there grooming lions? Who grooming lions? You know what I'm saying? So you want them to look a little funky, a little bit funky. That's all we want, just a little bit funky. So I'm hitting up just the edges because I want it to, kind of look like it's fanning out into the cat line that I just created. All righty. The last part is to put down a pink, some sort of pink tint. I don't usually wear. Usually they come with, like, I always buy those cheap makeup kits, like I was saying, and they come with some sort of red that I'm able to put right here, and then that makes your bottom lip look, when done right, it can look like, depending on how you draw it, you can make it look like the tongue coming out the bottom, or you can just add to the cat effect. You can spruce up your hair. I do like to make it big. Make it big. Really, really big. That's got to be even. And I don't know. What do you think? So, again, same look. Same look with makeup instead of the, I don't know, it feels like it has a waxy build. It definitely feels heavy on your face, and the colors do start to kind of blend in. But I do this look almost every year. As you guys can see, I shared 3 years, 3 separate years, 2017, 2019, and 2021. And although it's the same look, it's different when and that's the other thing. I was always applying that makeup with my finger because it's so waxy. You couldn't use a brush and things. So this was really quick, easy, simple. Obviously, I'm trying to lay it on heavy so it can render well on screen. But what do you guys think? Would you come over for a catastrophic, whatever, evening with me? Even if I wasn't handing out any candy. Sorry, because I'm not going to hand it out if I plan on going out. But I feel bad because there's times when I'm out and I got my little bag and I'm really there for just, the beer and things like that. I make sure to pay heed. There's 6 beer houses where they have either wine or beer, and they really cater to the parents, that are out there working hard, walking their babies door to door, showing off these beautiful costumes. Then there's, there are the teenagers that come through and they try and act like they're the parents, and they got on, everything. They showing everything. The girls with the little, how many bunnies we gonna get? We done had 300,000-400,000 bunnies. And every year is still a good idea for someone 14 to get a bunny, the Playboy bunny. And they get a bunny outfit and they go trick-or-treating. And for them, we got to make sure we're looking at them and giving them side eye. So that's what you wear? No, you can't come and sit in here. This for adults. This is the grown folk area. So, yeah, I'm out dealing with that. But I do every once in a while walk past the house that has a sign, we're out trick-or-treating, here's a bowl. And I feel like, oh, that's such a good idea. I've never done that. That's a good idea, though, but I've never done it, And then last year, I met a lady that she was new to town. And instead of going trick-or-treating with her son, he is 9 now, so he had to be 8. She went to the grocery store and bought all kind of candy. And on Halloween, instead of taking the baby trick-or-treating, she pulls out the candy and was like, guess what? We don't even have to go now. And ruined his night. When he told me, my mama didn't take me trick-or-treating at all. All she did was buy me candy. I was like, oh, girl, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed. But what do you got? Do I look like a lion who caught some butterflies? Meow. Except my meow would be more like a roar, roar. I know I sound like a gay line, don't I? Roar, roar. Anyway, um, I tried to roar one time. Somebody told me that. I never stopped thinking about it. So roar it is. The other thing, obviously, you can't see, so I'm going to try and take a picture and get it uploaded so that you can see. But what do you think? This is my lion effect, and it is made from actual makeup. I've used Too Faced and I use Urban Decay, my Eternals palette, to create the look. But I just went with a white shimmer. That's the other thing. All of this stuff is shimmering. You can't see that either. You can't see that. Meow, meow. But I think it'll be fun, and it's something that it could be easy to recreate also because I didn't have to. You know how long it takes to cause. First of all, your body heat causes that waxy makeup to be able to spread. So when you put it on, they say put it on thin, and then after it heats up a little, then they say spread it. Yes, the things that we go through to participate. But this has been fun. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I didn't go live last week and the week before. I've been really, really swamped at work and things. So definitely continue to check me out on Saturdays. Um, if you guys missed our last show, Lizzie was on one and I had a ton of fun. That is who she is behind the scenes. She crazy like that. And that's why she doesn't talk a lot also. I told her to explain it to you guys, but she didn't. But because she drops that F-bomb left and right. So she tries to police herself by not speaking. This was so much fun, though. Thank you guys for coming out, hanging out with me while I practice my makeup my Halloween makeup with actual makeup. So this was my trial run. Tomorrow, obviously, is a ton of gatherings and get-togethers and work-related things. I may or may not go. I don't know. But in the event that I do, I thought tonight was a great night to be able to kind of practice. And this is just I've been doing this since, I don't want to put the actual date on it, but since I went to that cat show and we got to make our faces up behind the stage with the cast of cats. So my homage to them every year is that I try to duplicate and, obviously I don't have their tools and things and I only do it once a year, but it was still a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys thought this was cute. And if anybody ever wants to borrow it and do it together, just let me know. Thank you for coming out. Have a good night.